Hey, I'm Jusko from ProudMoney.com. Is the new U.S. Bank Shopper Cash Rewards Visa worth it at a $95 annual fee? We will investigate in this video, but first I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already, and if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So about a week and a half ago, when the U.S. Bank Shopper Cash Rewards card was first sort of soft announced, I did a video on it talking about the fact that its features looked really great, but that one big thing was being left out, and that was the fact of whether the card had an annual fee or not. Well, the card has now launched, and as I suspected, it does have an annual fee. It has a $95 annual fee that is waived for the first year. So in the first year, you don't have to pay it, but then every year after that, you would. So we're going to take a fresh look at the card and see if it is worth it once that $95 annual fee kicks in. I think for a lot of people, the answer is probably no, but there is a sweet spot there where it could be. Now, like many credit cards that have an annual fee, if you waive it for the first year, it's very much worth it because you are going to get 6% cash back at 2 retailers of your choosing from a list of retailers, most of them pretty big names, including Amazon, including Walmart, including Home Depot, Best Buy, Kohl's, Lowe's, and a whole bunch of others as well. So you're going to get 6% cash back on your purchases at 2 of those retailers on up to $1,500 worth of purchases per calendar quarter, and then each calendar quarter you have to re-choose which 2 retailers you want. So 6% on up to $1,500 per quarter. If you max that out over the whole year, you'd get 6% on up to $6,000 of purchases potentially. In addition, you get 3% cash back in a category of your choosing from a 3-pronged list. You can choose 3% either on gas or electric vehicle charging, on wholesale club purchases, or on bills and utilities, which is sort of a category that is hard for me to really pin down in terms of all what is included in it. But anyway, you get 3% in one of those categories, again on up to $1,500 worth of purchases in that category in the calendar quarter, and then you have to re-choose that every quarter as well. And then anything else that you purchase with the card, 1.5% cash back, and that 1.5% would also be applicable to the 6% or 3% categories if you went over the $1,500 of purchases in a calendar quarter. And of course, let's not forget that bonus opportunity. As the card has launched, there is the opportunity to earn an extra $250 bonus if you spend at least $2,000 with the card in the first 120 days after you open the account. A decent bonus, but they do make you spend a decent amount in order to get there. That's kind of been the trend with a lot of credit cards recently, where the amount that you have to spend in order to get the bonus has been going up. So first you're all to the good, but then obviously once the $95 annual fee kicks in, then the effective cashback percentage you're getting on your purchases is going to change. So let's talk about those 6% categories since they are the star of the show here. Let's say you completely max out those 6% categories each quarter, and so at the end of the year on $6,000 worth of purchases at those certain retailers, you have gotten $360 cash back. Well, that looks great at 6%, but then subtract $95 from it for that annual fee. Now you're down to $265 in cash back effectively, and that is a 4.42% cash back rate, which is not bad still, which is why I say this card is something that can still be justified even with the $95 annual fee. Now, let's say you don't max it out. Let's say that you hit around $1,000 on average each calendar quarter, and that at the end of the year, you have spent $4,000 in those 6% categories. So you've earned $240 in cash back in those 6% categories. Subtract $95 from that, you've got $145 that you have earned. $145 on $4,000 worth of purchases is a 3.63% cashback rate. Still not bad. Now, obviously, we're not just going to look at the numbers on this card. We want to look at other cards on the market, especially at those retailers where we would be getting the 6% or the effective 4.4% or 3.6% or whatever it might be, and see how things compare. So an obvious place to start would be the Amazon Rewards Visa. If you are a paid Amazon Prime member, you're going to get 5% in rewards on your Amazon purchases with that card. So in this case, paying $95 for this card, when you could get the Amazon Visa without an annual fee, well, then you would say that's actually the better deal. But of course, you'd be paying for Amazon Prime. So if you don't want to pay for Amazon Prime, or if you're paying for Amazon Prime now and you've been thinking about getting rid of it, and it was only the credit card that was keeping you around because you knew if you got rid of Amazon Prime, you would only get 3% back on your Amazon purchases with the Amazon Visa, well, then you might look at this card and say, hey, I can actually do better at Amazon even with that $95 annual fee because I spend a lot with the card. And then you could do the same kind of equation with other things as well. You've got the Walmart credit card that gives you 2% in Walmart stores, 5% at walmart.com. You can make a case, obviously, that you would do a lot better with this card, especially inside the stores. Home Depot doesn't give you cash back on its credit card at all, so obviously that would be a win here as well. And then, of course, I shouldn't give those 3% cash back categories short shrift here either because they could be valuable. Now, 3% back in the gas or electric vehicle charging category, you could get that on other cards in the market that have no annual fee. So that one sort of a throwaway as far as I'm concerned. 3% back at warehouse clubs though, that is good. And when you look at the Costco card, it actually only is giving you 2% inside Costco stores. If you look at the Sam's Club card, it's giving you 1% back unless you pay for a higher level of membership to Sam's Club where you could then get a higher percentage. So you could look at that as well. And then you also have the choice of bills and utilities. Again, not totally sure what that encompasses, but better than you would get from most other credit cards out there on the market at 3%. So that's something to consider as well. And then the 1.5% on everything else that you purchase with the card is better than what most cards would do for you because usually when you default to the lowest level, it would be 1%. In this case, it's 1.5%. I personally would say that no matter what you do, no matter what card you get like this, you still should have a card that is giving you at least 2% for all of your sort of catch-all categories out there, but 1.5% still better than 1%. And if you go over your limits or you just forget once in a while and this is the card you have with you or you just want to carry one card, it's still better than a lot of others on the market. So like I said at the beginning of this video, there are some sweet spots where this card can be justified and be worth it. If you're someone that shops at Amazon a lot but don't want to pay for Prime and you're a Costco member at the same time, I could see how this would be attractive to you, especially if you're going to max out those limits in those particular categories. If you're someone that does your grocery shopping at Walmart, you may know that oftentimes with cashback cards that have high percentages at supermarkets, Walmart is not included. So this is a place where you get 6% back on your Walmart purchases. Again, effectively less than that once you pay the annual fee, but still more than you're going to get in other places. Now that said, I think US Bank has sort of, I don't want to say shot themselves in the foot in a way with the annual fee, but I think they have made this a harder sell than it could have been. Some people just do not want to pay an annual fee and they are not going to go through the calculations to figure out if something is going to be a slightly better deal after paying the annual fee. They're just going to see that and it's going to be like a big red light goes off in front of them that says move on. Some people don't want to pay an annual fee for any card, and I think even if some people were willing to pay an annual fee maybe for a travel card, they're not willing to do it on a cash back card. So that is going to be a tough sell, and I would not be surprised if US Bank is tinkering with this card in the future, whether that is to pull back a little bit in terms of the 6% and then take away the annual fee, or whether that is to increase the bonus up front so it feels even more worth it when you first get the card. I don't know, but I don't know if this card is going to make it after the initial wave unless US Bank does something else to attract people who normally would not pay an annual fee for a credit card. Questions, comments, put them in the comments section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching, and as always, please go to proudmoney.com where we do credit card reviews. We talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you're not going to leave a comment or you're not going to go to the website, watch this video.